In this last broadcast of 2023, I wanted to give words of warning and hope. The left-wing enemies of mankind want you isolated, fearful, feeling alone. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Defenders of liberty are in the overwhelming majority. Those who know that what is happening to us, courtesy of a corrupt and unaccountable government, isn't normal. And we make up the vast majority of Americans. And because our enemies have done what they always do, overreached, we have the one thing that they have long sought to deprive us. We have hope in this Christmas season. That's the truth we dispense in today's preamble. Let me start with a cautionary tale. The enemies of our republic, or the rule of law, and of the Constitution, have only just begun their final campaign. A corrupt Colorado court has thrown the Constitution, the rule of law, all precedent, and American values out the window in an effort to deny Americans a choice of the ballot box. I'd like to think this was as far as they will go. But leftists, hell-bent on destruction of Western civilization, are nothing if not 100% committed to their goals. We're in for a rough ride in 2024. The leftists, who now control the Democrat Party and their apparatchiks in government, have made their intentions plain. Historians will note that it was the extreme left that started taking a Republican off the presidential ballot back in 1860. 10 Democrat slave states ripped Abraham Lincoln off the ballot back then. It was the Democrats' declaration of war. But take hope. Those who specialized in dividing our nation, the Democrats, were defeated in the Civil War. And their kind have been dealt with defeat after defeat after defeat in the world ever since. In the face of one of the most murderous left-wing regimes in human history, the Soviet Union, the forces of freedom rallied. President Ronald Reagan, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, and Saint Pope John Paul II teamed up and undertook a crusade of principle, faith, and perseverance, bringing down an evil empire. As with today, the Democrats sided with our enemies in the 1980s, but despite Senator Ted Kennedy's traitorous actions against our nation, colluding with Soviets, good prevailed and chalked up another victory over the dark designs of left-wingers. Reagan and the fighters for Western freedom had learned valuable lessons from World War II. The West allowed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazis, to amass influence, power, and territory before taking action. We paid a heavy price for allowing enemies of humanity to gain such power. But again, those with Western values, those who knew right from wrong, rose up and laid low another threat to human freedom. Today, China is feeling the weight of their insane and inhuman collectivist system. Because communism is a failure, and it will always be a failure. China's economy is in the worst condition it has been in decades. The illusion of leftist success is shattered by slow growth, dropping prices, a burst real estate boom, and higher rates of youth unemployment. Aside from their failing command economy, the world's religions now are steadily undermining the CCP's grip on the Chinese people. The world's Muslims were shocked awake after it was revealed that China was committing a genocide against the Uyghurs, not to mention their enslavement of many minorities in that country. Seems like slavery is a reoccurring theme in left-wing rule. We see it in China today. We saw it in the Democrat South, in America, in the time of the Civil War. As a universal enemy of God, the far-left government in China is also targeting Christians in one of the holiest seasons on the Christian calendar, Christmas. It's another trait the racist, genocidal slavers in China have in common with the American left, their hatred of Christians. Throughout human history, the forces of evil have sought the eradication of freedom, the imposition of poverty, and the oppression of totalitarian rule. And as I just showed you, at every point, the forces of good rally and remind our enemies that our love of freedom, God-given freedom, is a birthright humanity will fight to protect. So, let not your heart be troubled. We have God, we know freedom, and thus, we always have hope. And no matter how hard they try to take it from us, they can't.